when the news came out that Sean Payton was going to go with Bo Nix. He was going to start him week 1 against the Seahawks. And I said, man, if Sean Payton has faith in Bo Nix like that, and you and I believe in Caleb Williams the way we do, and then there's a Heisman-winning quarterback in Jayden Daniels that went number 2 to the Commanders, and then Drake May, who comes from a legacy of elite athletes, is stepping into an organization like New England, and then J.J. McCarthy. I'm like, yo, is this not the greatest quarterback rookie class we've ever seen?
There's just too many things that would have to go wrong. Everybody, everywhere would have to be wrong about their individual opinions for it not to be.
Exactly. That's my thoughts. I'm reading the tea leaves. I'm listening to what the experts are telling me. I am also listening to what my gut is telling me, and I'm watching the damn football games, and I'm like, yo, this is the greatest quarterback class we've ever had in the history of this National Football League. I say it today, and again, let's jump into the time machine, the theoretically speaking time machine, because I said it before the season even kicked off. Wednesday's August 21st. I'm telling you right now, they're going to start making waves about this thing, especially if Sean Payton can make Bo Nix look like a certified starter in this league. This 2024 NFL draft class, when it comes to the quarterbacks, 6 of them taken in the first round, maybe even a couple of those guys later, Spencer Rattler with the Saints. It's going to be the best quarterback draft class in league history, and a lot of it has to do with the state of the NFL right now. I couldn't have said it better myself. That was, August 21st. We are 4 months removed from that, 17 weeks of the NFL removed from that. And based on what we've seen from Jayden Daniels, who, by the way, Jayden Daniels, who has looked like the best, and he will be the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Last night, he became the record holder for most rushing yards by a quarterback, 864 yards on the ground. Still has a game to play here, so he could possibly surpass 1,000. That would be crazy. He also, Jayden Daniels, has 12 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter in overtime, the most by a rookie in NFL history, including, again, obviously last night when he threw the ball to Zach Ertz in overtime to win the game. Jayden Daniels, him being the leader of this pack, Drake May having 15 touchdowns and 10 picks with the Patriots, but having no weapons around him, a shaky offensive line, and we don't know how good that coaching staff is right now, how much they're actually helping him or hurting him. Drake May looks like a franchise quarterback as well. Bo Nix, right? That was the day I kind of succumbed to it because I was a Bo Nix hater. A lot of us were. Did you believe in Bo Nix coming out of the draft?
No, I didn't. But we talked about how the quarterback room in Denver might be the worst we've ever seen.
Yes. We said they would go winless. Well, I said the difference, and I own up to it. When I make bad calls, I own up to it. But when I allow myself, I'm not a prisoner of the moment kind of guy. I allow myself to be wrong, and I own up to it. Before that day, on August 21st, when I said Bo Nix now being named the starter, now I actually believe he could maybe be made into something by Sean Payton, I said that was the worst quarterback room of all time. I said that that team will go winless. That team is actually a win away from going to the playoffs with Bo Nix. It can, and a win against the Kansas City Chiefs backups, right? So they're really favored by 9 points or so to actually make the playoffs. It cannot be understated that based on what we've seen from the 5 quarterbacks that have now played and won football games in the National Football League, and then the one guy who, by the way, we haven't mentioned yet, national champion J.J. McCarthy. I just pulled a Mike Rizzo, but I didn't change my voice. What is up with the guy? Why does he always do that?
I think the way to do it is you take a deep breath in and then exhale with it.
National champion Mike Rizzo. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing, but it's his thing.
It's his thing.
Big shout out to Mike Rizzo, by the way. Russo and Rizzo here, 4 to 6 p.m. If you want to see that in action, you'll see what I mean. He does that all the time. But again, J.J. McCarthy hasn't played a snap in the regular season. His coach in college was Jim Harbaugh, who we know knows how to train up and get the most out of quarterbacks. His coach in the NFL right now he should be the front runner to win it. I haven't looked at the odds, but Kevin O'Connell, who literally, this Kirk Cousins that you're seeing right now that got benched for Michael Penix Jr., yeah, KOC had the guy about to be in the playoffs with the Vikings. Sam Darnold, who failed miserably with the Jets, who had to be a backup after a failed stint with the Panthers, had to be a backup in San Francisco before getting a last chance deal in Minneapolis. He's got that guy 1 win away from the number 1 seed in the bye in the NFC. J.J. McCarthy is going to be a starter in this league, and he's going to be good. I don't think there's an argument against that. Now, again, me, Theo Dorsey, who argued with Mike Tannenbaum, the big brain genius former NFL GM, who's been singing the praises of J.J. McCarthy the whole time, I am coming to my senses. With that coach and that roster in Minneapolis, J.J. McCarthy's going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, fingers crossed everything works out with his rehab from his preseason injury. He's got a calendar year to learn the playbook, learn the offense, get acquainted with his surrounding coaches, teammates, quarterbacks. He's set up for success if Darnold's not back in Minnesota again.
He's set up for success, and the other 5 guys, they already have the full faith of their organizations. The Falcons know who their future of the franchise is right now, and it's Michael Penix Jr. We've seen enough. I know it's only been a game and a half. We've seen enough. If you can't make it happen with that guy, it's on you and not on him. You saw the way he bounced back from opening drive interception, and then they score a touchdown on it. And that kid bounces back like that, you've got a guy. The Broncos, Bo Nix, he's shown us 17 weeks of it. You've got a guy. The Bears, Caleb Williams. You had to fire your head coach and your offensive coordinator in the same season.
Yeah, that's the one part of that organization that Bears fans, Bears pontificators, Chicago as a whole has agreed Caleb's not the problem. It's every single other piece around him.
It's literally the offensive line is shaky. And Caleb Williams' stats, I know it's been a bad year because it's been underwhelming. He's still 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Just 6 as a rookie. 3,300 yards. And his completion percentage isn't good. He takes way too many sacks. He might break a record for how many sacks he's taken. But that's not the kind of rookie season that tells me, I don't know if we've got our guy yet. I've seen the flashes. I've seen the throws. Remember the 4th down throw he had to, I believe was it DJ Moore or Roma Dunze?
It was DJ Moore in the flat rolling to his right.
Sick.
A disastrous drive.
Sick.
They had no business having a chance in that game, in that drive, and he just rolls to his right and throws a dime.
Caleb Williams is going to be good. He's going to be a Pro Bowl level quarterback. He's going to be a guy that is going to be the face of that franchise as well. There are I don't see a miss yet. The only potential miss could be J.J. McCarthy. It looks like there's 0 misses out of 6 quarterbacks drafted in the top 12. This is the greatest rookie quarterback class in the history of the National Football League. It's better than 1983. It's better than what we got recently with what was the Jordan Love and was that
2020 was
20? Yes. 2020.
Herbert got drafted in 2020. That's what I remember because he was in his living room.
Herbert, Hurts, Jordan Love, I think, was in that class as well. And we're missing somebody in there. Joe Burrow?
Tua.
That was a great class as well.
It was Joe Burrow because they were the 2019 national champions.
Yes.
They got drafted. Yep.
That was an elite class, right? Like, look at those names we just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all playoff quarterbacks right now.
Bulk of starting. Having a great starting quarterback is a hard thing to secure in the NFL or someone you can confident is going to be there in 5 years. We name a bunch of them already.
My 2024 sports revelation. I know these next couple of days you're thinking about what's my 2025 New Year's resolution. Well, before we look forward, we must look back. What 2024 taught me, my 2024 sports revelation, is that this is the single greatest quarterback class in the history of the NFL. Bo Nix, Jayden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., and J.J. McCarthy. We'll see what he has next year, but from what I've seen from those other 5 guys, those franchises know that they're solidified at the QB position. Now they're going to be able to build around it. The hardest thing to do in the league is to find a franchise quarterback. They've done that. Now we'll see how they work around it. Who will the Bears hire to lead them as a head coach and a play caller, right? Who are the weapons the Patriots are going to find to surround Drake May with? Those are the kind of questions. At what point can you turn the thing over to J.J. McCarthy? For Michael Penix Jr., I mean, honestly, it's set up for him. It's set up for Michael Penix. It's just a question of just how good is this guy who was able to bring Washington to the national championship game in college football. Bo Nix, the knock on him all year, he's just dinking and dunking it. He's just right here. He's just a little left and right shallow passes. And then he threw a 67-yard bomb. And everybody shut the hell up, including me. Bo Nix is a guy. Bo Nix, to me, it feels what they've done with him in Denver this year feels very similar to the style of play that Josh Allen has had. A lot of short yak plays, and then those bombs here and there to those guys like Marvin Mims and guys like Cortland Sutton that